Welcome to very long intros. If you don't understand what's happening, just keep watching. It does get more confusing. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate. Last time I did Rap God by Eminem. I thought I was gonna do a flashback to the... Never mind. This time... Someone must have I made a lot of rubber ricocheted from me. This time, Google's translating Jaden Smith tweets. For those of you who don't know, Jaden Smith is kind of known for tweeting really stupid things. To put it bluntly, and honestly, stupid, just dumb. So I decided to run his very unique tweets through Google Translate. Here we go. Am I in focus? Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates things. Last time Google translated Jaden Smith tweets. This time, Google Translate is translating pickup lines. Gotta love them. Hi! Today's my birthday. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates stuff. Last time, Google translated pickup lines. This time, Google's translating perfect pitch quotes. I'm titanium. Crushed it. As always, I'll read the original and then I'll read the Google Translate version after that. It's a pretty simple format. The sun is shining, the tank is clean, and we are getting out of... The tank is clean! What movie is that from? 10 bonus points for anyone who knows. Hi. I missed you so much. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google tries its best not to look like an idiot. Last time, Google translated pitch perfect quotes. This time, Google is translating jokes. A lot of y'all wanted me to do dirty jokes because y'all just a bunch of nasty people. Y'all just want to hear me say the word but. Not doing dirty jokes. I'll do one. Did you miss me? Probably not. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Google Translate. That wasn't weird. Last time Google got really offensive and translated jokes. Meow. And this time, Google's going on a spiritual journey, translating Buddha quotes. This shouldn't be offensive at all. Oh, we're recording. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates stuff. I don't know why I keep having to explain what this show is about to you people. Lo siento. Last time, Google went on a spiritual journey and offended a lot of people and translated Buddha quotes. Meow. This time, Google's going around the US in search for the craziest, stupidest laws it can find. They're mostly in Florida. And then translating them, because that's what he does, or she. Equality. As always, I'll read the original, then I'll read the Google Translate version after that, because when have I ever done it differently? Get out of here, fly! Shoot, fly! Nobody even wants you in here! They even made a song about it. Don't bother me. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates stuff and things. Weird intros are cool. Last time, Google went around the US and searched for the craziest laws it could find. To translate, that was a weird sentence. Meow. We're gonna do something a little different, because this time, Google Translate is going to bake a cake. I took the directions from the back of this funfetti cake box and I ran them through Google Translate. Now Google Translate's gonna try to make us a cake. That was my foot. Let's make a cake. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates. Last time, Google Translate was messing around in the kitchen. Baked a cake. It was gross. So much eggshell. Meow. This time, Google Translate is going on a field trip to my YouTube channel and translating your comments. About time! As always, I'll read the original, then I'll read the Google Translate version. Blech. Hi! So I just found out yesterday that my very first word ever was applesauce. kind of a big deal as far as geniuses go. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks, where Google ironically sucks at translating things. Last time, Google Translate went through space and time in a horrible TV show and translated Doctor Who quotes. This time, Google Translate is going through its destructive phase, and I'm not talking about puberty, I'm talking about translating Terminator quotes. That was horrible. As always, I'll read the original, then I'll read the Google Translate version after that. I don't like change. Marriage is what brings us together today. And love, true love. What movie's that off of? Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks, where Google sucks at translating things. Doritos are good. Oh, last time, Google Translate did a horrible impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger and did Terminator quotes. Oh, and this time, Google Translate is redeeming itself and translating your comments yet again. Part 2. Now, as always, I'll read the original, then I'll read the Google Translate version, then I'll eat a Dorito. Exactly in that order. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks, where Google gives it 110%, but that's just not good enough. Last time, Google Translate redeemed itself and translated your comments. Again. A second time. This time, Google Translate is back in the kitchen, where he should be, and making chocolate chip cookies. Those are M&Ms, but you can't really see because it's really blurry. I found a recipe on the interwebs and I ran it through Google Translate. That was unnecessary. And now Google's gonna make us some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna eat it anyway. Stop eating the ingredients, Brandon! Hi! Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates stuff. The title's pretty descriptive. Last time Google Translate was in the kitchen making cookies. He's probably wanted for murder somewhere. We just have to watch. Here. This time Google Translate is back in the kitchen. Duh. And making rainbow cupcakes. Hence my colorful t-shirt. I asked my mom if she would decorate the kitchen for this video because that's what she does. And that's why it looks like the set of a Katy Perry concert. You still see my hand in the frame. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, someone had commented to me onto Instagrams. Rosa Ruiz XOXO. That's probably really wrong. Sorry. Heart eyes, smiley face, oh my gosh face, cover eyes, monkey, heart, dot. Thank you so much for replying, you're the bestest. Hearts fluttering at imbrandonfarris. Daw, Rosa! You're the best. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translates, where Google translates stuff and things. Last time, Google Translate was in the kitchen making rainbow cupcakes. And we all found out just how racist Google Translate was. Meow. Oh, and this time, Google Translate is at it again, translating your comments. Yeah. As always, I'll read the original. Then I'll read the Google Translate version after that. For the Bible tells me so. Shut up. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks, where Google gives its best. And that's enough for me. Last time, Google Translate translated your comments and made them even more funny than they already were. Took all the credit for it. Meow. This time, Google Translate is gonna smack that fly. Yeah. This time, how impressed would you be if I caught it? Leave it up to mystery. This time, Google Translate is showing its patriotism. Wait, that's the Hitler thing. This time, Google Translate is showing its patriotism towards America. God bless it. By making red, white, and blue Jell-O squares. Because nothing says America like red, white, and blue Jell-O squares. Except for the American flag. Or the Star Spangled Banner. We're like independence, or the actual word America. Shut up. I found a recipe for red, white, and blue Jello squares on the www dot, and I ran them through the GoogleTranslate.com. Now Google Translate's gonna make us some patriotic treats. That's not it! Oh hey. I saw you there. Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks, where we shine a light on how bad Google Translate is. Horrible intro. Worst I've ever done. I'll keep it. So I researched for days and days and days on the best, most incredible recipe for grilled cheese. Turns out there's only 4 steps, so it didn't take me long actually, and I found those steps and I ran them through Google Translate. Now Google Translate's gonna make me some grilled cheese. I'm really excited about it too because I'm hungry. Let's begin, shall we? Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks. Today is Thursday, but tomorrow is 2 days from Christmas. That means that I have to do something super festive. Like a gingerbread house. Like this. I was supposed to hit the box, but my depth perception is off. If this is your first time ever watching Google Translate, shame on you because this show's amazing. If this is not your first time watching Google Translate, then shame on you too because equality. In case you don't know, here's how we do it. We take the recipe and we run it through Google Translate into different languages, and then we transfer it back into English, and then back into a different language, and then back into English until it comes up something amazing. But the problem with this festive house is it didn't come with any recipes. So I had to make up my own, because 'tis the season. I just realized that all of my directions are on my phone. But my phone is currently duct taped to my wall right here. What am I gonna do? Can I zoom in? Better believe I can. So now Google Translate is gonna make me a gingerbread house. Or just a bread house, if you don't want to be offensive. I found the perfect cheesecake recipe. I'm reading my script, okay? So yesterday I found a recipe that claims to be the perfect cheesecake. So I decided to run all the directions and ingredients through Google Translate, translate it into a different language, back into English, into a different language, back into English. So now Google Translate's gonna make me a mess and a perfect cheesecake. Hi. Look at this thing I bought. It's totally useless. I'm gonna bake a pie for charity and shove it in my face. For charity. Just a backstory for you real quick, okay? I'll make it quick. So there's this cute little girl on Facebook, her name is AMC Princess Anna, okay? She challenged me, calling me out in front of the world saying, bro, you gotta shove a pie in your face. Look at this. She got a pie to the face.
I nominate Untitled Chapter, Sophia, and Xander to do the pie challenge.
Oh, I hope Sophia and Xander did the challenge. The whole pie in the face thing is basically to raise awareness for, here we go, I'm gonna butcher the name, arthropyosis. Well, that sounded right. So, AMC Princess Anna, since I am a huge fan, and you called me out in front of all my friends, I'm gonna shove a pie in my face. But I don't just make pies on my channel. I'm gonna have Google Translate bake me a pie. There's just one step, that's it. Brandon, what the heck do you mean you're gonna have Google Translate make you a pie? Don't worry your sweet sassy saddlebags, I'm gonna tell you right now. I found a pie recipe on the www dot, okay? There's only 2 W's when I did it. I took that recipe and I put it into Google Translate and I translated it into a different language. And I took that and I translated it back into English, and then I did that about a couple hundred times until it came up with a whole new recipe that's probably not gonna end up being a pie. But it is gonna be ended up into my face. So, where to begin? How about from the beginning? Let's just get right into it, okay? Cool, we got eggs, good. Is the light reflecting off my trash in the corner? Welcome back to another episode of Google Translate Sucks. Brandon, I'm new here. What's Google Translate? Well, that's your fault for being new. You should have been here earlier. Basically, I just take the directions to a recipe and I run it through Google Translate by putting it into a different language, and then I put it back into English, and then I put it into a different language, and then put it back into English until I get something ridiculous. Okay. Today, Google Translate's gonna make me some bread. I just went on the www.mycomputersinternet.com.net and I found a recipe for bread, and I just ran it through Google Translate, and I ran it back into another different. This is the longest intro ever. Why don't we just start? Hello? Welcome back to Google Translate. The heck's a Google Translate? Don't wear your sweet, sassy, soiled shorts, I'll tell you. I just take the directions to a recipe, and with consent, run them through Google Translate, okay? The arm motion's unnecessary. And I take that and I transfer it into a different language, and I transfer it back in English, and then back into a different language, back into English, then back into a different language, until I get something just what crazy. Today, Google Translate is gonna make me some creepies. I went on the www.web.com/this-is-my-phone/ I went on my computer to do it, .com, and I found a recipe for creepies, or crepes. I've heard it both ways. So now we're gonna make crepes. Look how gross it is outside. It's been raining house cats and dogs, if you have a dog in your house, all day. Here's my little house cat. Aha, told you I had a cat. This is my house cat, Gemini. That's my friend Angel. And since it's such a gloomy day outside, why not try to make little gingerbread men? If you're new here, hi. If you're old here, hi. I don't discriminate. Brandon, I'm old, but I'm new here. What's Google Translate? Google Translate is basically where I take the recipe to something, I put it in Google Translate, and then I translate it into a different language, and then I translate it back, then I translate it into a different language, translate it back, and then I hit the whoa. All the cool kids love me. I'm a huge success. Fame, fortune. So I took my iPhone 11 with only 2 cameras on it, and I called my mom this morning, okay, sweet woman. After that, I ran to the computer and also ran the recipe, how to make gingerbread men, through Google Translate. Now, Google Translate's gonna make me, probably not gonna be cookies, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. Just gonna crank that soldier boy. Hi. No, you're going too far. Hey guys. I got a new kitchen. Y'all wanna see it at a wide angle? What? There you go. Cents and dollars. I just moved into a new place. I figured me and my girlfriend would go ahead and christen it, okay? Not like that. Stop that, you with desserts. So with all that being said, welcome back to Google Translate. Brandon, what the heck is a Google Translate? I'm gonna tell you. Google Translate's basically where I take the directions to a recipe and I run it through Google Translate, and then I run it into different languages, and then it runs back to me in English, but then that's not legible, so technically it's not English. I went on the worldwideweb.goodlord.com/how-to-make-soufflés, and I took those directions and covered up my forehead, ran them through Google Translate, and now Google's gonna make us chocolate soufflés. This is my kitchen. Where to begin? How about step 1? I normally start there. I haven't met my neighbors yet, but I'm assuming after this video, my neighbors are gonna know about me, okay? I have a heavy foot. And a pretty sexy limp, if I do say so myself, which I did, so I do. How much can you hear down there? I don't wanna know. Hello. Welcome back to an entire episode of I Won't Look at the Viewfinder, I swear. You didn't see that. Featuring me. I contact Isaacson. When you finally contact Isaacson, you let me know. What is all this? I went to the www.noideawherethistpowdercamefrom.com/shop. Then I took the recipe on how to make tacos and I put it in Google Translate, and then I translated that into English, and I translated that back into a different language, and then I moonwalked swiftly out of the room. It's hard with holes in your socks. It's also hard if you don't know how to moonwalk. So now, with all that said and done, I'm gonna look at the viewfinder once because I'm weak. Google Translate's gonna make me tacos. Tacos are my favorite food group. I'm not a neglectful father. I see you, son. You understand what's happening, correct? I don't need to moonwalk out of here, come back in, repeat it, because I'll do it. Ew. Welcome back to another episode of I Just Woke Up From a Nap, featuring a king-size bed and some spare time. So I was scrolling through my comment section, and I noticed that an overwhelming amount of y'all wanted Google Translate to make sushi. You got a little something right there. Yeah, it's called a new video. This is good. Do people just eat this by themselves? I'm a big fan of seaweed now. So I took the recipe on how to make sushi and I pop-locked and dropped it into Google Translate, and then I translated that to a different language, and then I translated it back to English, and I translated it back to English, and then I lived out my childhood dreams of becoming an auctioneer and lived happily ever after. Welcome to very long intros. If you don't understand what's happening, just keep watching. It does get more confusing. So today, Google Translate's gonna make me an herbivore? Hi, how are you? Don't care. I should wash my hands. Give me a second. 20 seconds is a long time. Hi, Harry. I went on the www. I think I got a little cough coming on. .com. So I took the recipe on how to make chicken noodle soup and I put it in Google Translate. And then I translated that into a different language and then I just touched my face, so now I have to wash my hands, but now Google Translate's gonna make me wash my hands. Chicken noodle soup. Still unclear what the show's about? Okay. How was your nap? I know you took one. Hi, how are you? I know you napped. If you're anything like me, I'm sorry, you're short and people must think you're weird. Okay. I didn't know I'd be roasting myself. No, I thought I'd be roasting donuts. Because that's what we're making today, donuts. I'm Brandon spanking new here, so what the heck's a Google Translate? Google Translate is basically where I take the recipe to something, let's use donuts as an example, and then I run them through Google Translate and put them in a different language, and then I run them back into English, and I run them into a different language, and I run them back into English until eventually they don't make donuts. My fingers are cold. It's a lot easier if you just watch. 6 feet, people! Get out of here! I went on the www.howdoistillhaveinternet.com. I haven't paid the bill in 2 months /net. And then I took the directions on how to make donuts and I ran them through Google Translate. Now Google Translate's gonna make me... It's gonna open TikTok. It's gonna make me donuts. Yeah, I look into the viewfinder. I don't care. I like to see myself more than I like to look at an empty screen. How was your nap? Welcome back to Google Translate where, yeah, I cut the arms off my jacket. I'm invested. Brandon, did you buy vests just to do that one joke? I did! Hi, welcome back to Google Translate. Well, I will tell you what it's about. Be patient. Full and fun, as quoted by the YouTube comment section. Breathtakingly unoriginal, written by that one guy on Facebook. 1 star, would not recommend. Yeah, we received pretty poor reviews. We also try too hard. Now that the noobs are gone. I went on the www.that'snotgonnatakemenoWhere, that's one too many W's.com, and I found the recipe on how to make breakfast without making this intro just unnecessarily long. Google Translate's where I just take a recipe, I put it in Google Translate, and I translate it to a different language and then back into English, and I do that multiple times until it becomes something stupid. Someone gives me 1 star, and I hate it. I know who you are, Derek. We're just gonna jump right into it, says the guy who has a 4-minute intro. It makes sense along the way sometimes. Ooh, this episode's so good I gotta take my shoes off. Also because I stepped in Dookie earlier and I don't wanna trek it through the carpet. I went on the www.thecomputer, which is my phone.com /the Safari app, and I looked up the recipe on how to make a bloomin' onion. Then I took that recipe and I ran it into Google Translate, and then I rammed it back into English, and then I randied it into a different language, and then I rambled on for too long for an intro. Most of you are gone by now. Take your shoes off. If you're watching this with socks on, what? Gross. Why? Stop. Relax. This isn't a business meeting. Take your socks off. If you're still confused about what the show's about, just keep... I don't care. So without a further ado, what diddy a diddy dum diddy do, we are going to start with step 2. It rhymed. We'll start with step 1. Fine. I'm just glad to be back, man. I didn't go anywhere, but I'm just glad to be here, man. Love my job. Welcome back to another episode of Wow. It's a lot of black coffee. You sure you can drink all that by yourself? A show where I try my best, and that's enough for me. Welcome back. Unless this is your first time here, in that case, put her there, partner. I didn't mean to grab your upper thigh like that. I just figured your hand would be there. You want me to explain what the show's about? I went on the www.wowman, that's real good enunciation.dude, and I found the recipe on how to make deviled eggs, and then I ran that recipe into Google Translate, and then I ran that back into English, and then I lost interest midway through the intro and just stopped. Brandon, no, you said you were gonna do your best, and that's not it. You know what? Let's start over. Hi, I'm on a heavy dose of NyQuil. Yeah, I use NyQuil as creamer in my coffee. Who cares? So today, Google Translate's gonna make me deviled eggs. Do you want pizza? It's cheaper if we make it ourselves. Am I getting shorter? Is that a roach? How many slices you want? Welcome back to Google Translate, where I do the intro regardless of the beeping in the background, and I pace patiently. What's Google Translate and why do you still got your shoes on? I'll answer one of those. I went to the no, I'm not gonna stop looking into the viewfinder, I look great, .com / how do I make pizza? And I found the recipe on how to make pizza, and I just ran it through Google Translate a couple hundred times until this is what it is. We're making pizza here. It's not delivery. It's made here. Why's my camera on? Might as well take a selfie since we're here. Smile. You blinked. Is the roach dead, or did you die of heat stroke? What's up? Yeah, I was laying on the ground. You stepped right over me. I don't know how you didn't see me. I'll throw it away. So next week is my birthday, and I have to prepare for the possibility that my family may forget, and I have to make my own cake. I'm not saying it's happened before, I'm just saying this isn't the first time. Fearing for the worst, I immediately went to the mmm.mom.cow, realized I was upside down, and then somehow on that website found a recipe for carrot cake. Then I took that recipe and I jogged it into a different language and then back into English and then did that a couple hundred times till I also forgot it was my birthday. I'm just as bad as they are. So without further ado, you boo, Google Translate's gonna make me carrot cake. I got all these bruised bananas. No clue how they got so bruised. No idea. That was already up there. Welcome back to There's No Way You Just Stepped in That. You just made that mess. How could you possibly forget it was there? Episode 3. Welcome to Google Translate.
What is Google Translate?
Good
Ginger
question.
Boy.
Ginger boy? Great question. Average insult. I went to the www.look. I got all these bruised bananas. What do? .edu.you/shop and bought me some dirty old bananas. So I went on my Galaxy S20 and I found a recipe on how to make dirty old banana bread. And I ran that through Google Translate a couple hundred times until here we are, the present. That's why they call it the gift. Shut up, your hair looks weird. I know what you're thinking. Boy, he looks good in blue. But do you know what I'm thinking? If you said Arby's French fries, you're pretty close. It was Wendy's. Welcome back to yet another episode of Why Don't You Just Do That Outside? Subtitles and hand motions included. Why do my hands just do this? Why is this the natural way? Welcome back to Google Translate. Bless you. For like 700,000 people, that's gonna be really weird, but for one person, that's gonna blow their nose. Hopefully, you blow your nose after you sneeze, right? God bless you. Found the oven. I should really start writing my intros and not just try to come up with funny stuff on the fly. Speaking of that, your fly's down. Okay, I didn't look. Someone told me. Bless you. 2 times? Weird. Where's that oven? Found it. Oh, I guess we could just get started. That's good enough. We've weeded out the weak. Google Translate's where I take a recipe and I run it through Google Translate in a couple 100,000 times in different languages until it becomes something completely different. I went on the dark web and I found a website called, wow, this intro's really taking a long time. Could you speed it along? And I found a recipe on how to make lasagna, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're just gonna get right into it. Most of you have skipped over the intros anyway. Those are just for me. Step 1. Yeah, I have to stand on a ladder. I also can stand next to a ladder. I'm multi-talented. I've been watching these kids cook. Please, let me explain. Children cooking things. I've been watching them. That's not better. There's a show on the food TV where children bake things, and I've been watching that, and that's the inspiration for this video. You're sometimes I don't know about you, man. Today I'm gonna stand directly under the fan because that's the only place where the air hits, and everything the air hits is mine. Simba. Brandon, I love intros just as much as the next human. But what is Google Translate? Can you tell me a little bit about it? I would love to. Google Translate's where I take a recipe to something and I run it through Google Translate and it's weird and then I do that and then everybody loves it. That's the fastest I've ever done that. A little lengthy intro, but I mean, you make up for it and... Wish I could think of something. So like I said, I've been watching the show, Kids Baking Challenge, and last night they baked eclairs, so I want to too, okay? Is that too much to ask for? Why do I always walk backwards? I guess I need to get away from what I'm saying. So I went on the www.my55inch screen TV, shut up your TV small. I found a recipe on how to make eclairs, or eccarls, depending on the gender, and I ran that through Google Translate a bunch of time. Hopefully you understand what the show's about. If not, just rewind the video. Step 1. You thought I was gonna call you stupid. I thought it. I didn't. Listen. Well, hey, I'm glad I caught you. I need to talk to you about something. You haven't happened to send out those invitations to the cookout yet, have you? I can't find mine. I've looked everywhere for it. I couldn't find it. I don't think it was sent to the right address. Maybe it's in the mailbox. Wait, when is it again? I'll just show up. You want me to bring the seasoning? I'm not invited, am I? It seems as though I have to prove myself. Where did you go? That I am worthy to go to the cookout. You've never tried my potato salad, have you? Neither have I. We're all in for a treat. Yeah, trash can. Oh, what are you? You ever had a mayo no witch? You look confused. It's just mayo inside 2 pieces of mayo. Mayo witch. I just use a spoon. Welcome back to Google Translate. I'm behind the camera. Google Translate's a show where I just run a recipe through Google Translate a whole bunch of many times until it becomes something hopefully seasoned with salt. So I went on the where's the cookout this year.com/please don't lie to me again for a second year. .edu, and I found a recipe on how to make potato salad, one that will wow the invitation right into my mailbox. I should buy more mayonnaise. So without any further ado, you have any more salt for me, please? Google Translate's gonna make me tater salad. Hi! How long has it been? 2 years? Maybe for you. I had no idea you shopped at this banana market. What are the odds? Pretty good odds, actually. How's your mom? She passed. Oh, her real estate exam. Well, good for her. All right. Y'all take care now, okay? Talk to you later. There's only one thing I love more than bananas, and that's a good pair of binoculars. And churros! I've spent so much money on churros in 2019 that my tax professional asked if I could cool it. So instead of spending all her money, I'm in a relationship, on churros, I've decided to learn how to make them in the most difficult way possible. Hi, welcome to Google Translate. I blink eventually. What is Google Translate for 400, Alex? I'm glad you asked. My name's not Alex. Google Translate's a show where I look slightly off camera and I look slightly off to you and I slightly don't care. And then I take a recipe and run it through Google Translate until eventually we make eye contact. And churros. Huh? No, I ain't watching it. So without further ado, Google Translate's gonna make me stuck. How did you not know it was gonna pop out of the cabinet? Do you not see all the stuff on the counter? You're gonna have to get better at seeing stuff if you're gonna watch people for a living. I mean, do book work. Let's just get right into it, is what I said before I jumped into the cabinet. You didn't happen to see a tomato come flying through here, did you? Okay. If you do, just let me know. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk. I know you're around, tomato, and I know you're here somewhere. You left a trail of fruit juice or veggie juice. It's still up in the air. No one really knows. Hi. Whoa, you working with tomato or what? Hold that. My 6-year-old keeps asking when her little sister's gonna show up, and my girlfriend's been craving Taco Bell, so I ended up putting 2 and 2 together. And I think this is my girlfriend's way of telling me that she wants me to make Taco Bell for her. Seriously, give me some space. You're a mouth breather. There, I said it. Everyone knows it. We can hear you from here. Welcome to Google Translate. I just run recipes through Google Translate. And I do them here in my kitchen. So I went on the old www.howcanItellIfMyGirlfriend's or if she just manipulated me to buy Taco Bell for dinner.com, and I found a recipe on how to make a Crunchwrap Supreme. And then I asked for fire sauce only, and now Google Translate's gonna make me a Crunchwrap Supreme. Seriously, personal space, my guy. I know I'm walking towards you, but that doesn't mean you can open your mouth and just breathe H's into my eyes. Okay, let's just crunch into it. Step 1, I should get to there first before starting. Step 1, well that's not it. Step 1. Okay, done shining your shoes. That'd be $1.25. Or you can let me dig through your garbage. Where is it? It was a pleasure doing business. Anytime you need your shine shoes, I'm your guy. There it is. Welcome back to Google Translate. What's Google Translate? Wait till I come back in frame and I'll tell you. I love Google Translate is a show where I run a recipe through Google Translate a couple hundred times until it becomes something completely garbage. And then I rummage through it. Oh, I've got it! Can't get enough of that trash. I went on the www.willdumpsterjuicekillmeifidrinkenough.com. Turns out that was a virus and it completely ruined my computer and I was forced to read the recipe out of a book. Gross. So I took that recipe and I introduced it to my trash collection. They got along pretty well. So now Google Translate's gonna make me a shepherd's pie because I couldn't find a recipe for sheep cake. Let's just dig through it. I mean, get into it. I'll be back. Step 1. Boy, 23 minutes into an intro and oh, man, I should script these. Hi, 1 second. All day, I've been so dizzy. Give me a second. Possibly because I keep doing these weird pop-up into the frame shots. No idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think it's my blood sugar. But past Brandon says that sugar is the reason that we have blood sugar problems in the first place. Oh. But I don't look to the past, okay? I look to the future. And I also don't inhale, I just exhale continuously until eventually I run out of breath and you're gonna have to catch me. Now, so I've decided that I'm gonna make red velvet cupcakes. Welcome back to Google Translate. Oh, Google Translate is a show where I take a recipe and I run it through Google Translate until it becomes something just dummy weird, and then I do it, and then people watch and they enjoy it, and sometimes people will message me and they'll be like, well, I love this show so much, keep doing the Google Translate, and I'm like, okay. And then other times people feel differently than that. Cheese? I went on the www.thepubliclibrariescomputer.com because if I pass out, I want to be around people who will catch me. Now is your chance. Good catch. I hit my head, but good catch. So without further ado, do you really have to mow now? Google Translate's gonna make me red velvet cupcakes. All right. All right, let's do this. So we just wait here and he comes in, does an intro, and then like a cooking video or what? It doesn't look like he's showing up and I gotta be somewhere. I guess I'll just jump in there and do the intro. Now bear with me, I've only seen one of these so I don't really know how it goes. Huh? No, I wouldn't do nothing. Are you from Tennessee? Because your hair smells great. I saw this on TikTok. Hey, let me know when you're out of the hospital from your ankle surgery. Let me catch my breath. Huh? No, nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. I'm recovering. Welcome back to Google Translate. I don't know how to do the intro. What's Google Translate? Well, I'm glad you asked. Mind if I gather my thoughts for a second? Google Translate's a show where I run a recipe through Google Translate at a slow pace because we just found out how unathletic we are, and then once we catch our breath, it just ends and it's over. Welcome. Here's to it taking 45 minutes to get to this point. I went on the www.theshallowweb.com. You're gonna need a VPN or something to navigate those waters, which leads me to my sponsor.com. Me, I paid for everything. And it didn't take me long to find a recipe for a falafel because that's exactly what I typed into the search bar. And then I ran that recipe into Google Translate into a language I don't speak, and then I ran it back into the language I speak, and then back into a language I don't speak until it became what I have now, which is what this video is. Nothing, I wouldn't do nothing. Shall we begin? Oh, that was today? We're filming, got it. Is there anything you'd like to say before we get started? You were what? Abducted? And probed? Ooh, Sarper. I don't know how to respond here. Good? No, not good. You didn't like it. Bad. Bad. How can I explain this? Google Translate's a show where I run a recipe through Google Translate into a bunch of different languages until it becomes something completely weird and unbelievable. Kinda like your alien story. That I totally believe. I went on the old www.whenwillitgetcolder.goodlordplease.ufo and somehow got put on a wait list for I don't know what, and while patiently waiting and sweating through my shorts, I found a recipe on how to make an ice cream cake. And then I ran that recipe through Google Translate into a bunch of different languages until it became something weird, kind of like what I said before with the whole alien thing. How long did you wait? And now Google Translate's gonna make me, oh, is it happening now? An ice cream cake, I'll be back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to back up just a little bit, okay? I don't know how far this projectile goes, but I want you to be in the line of fire. You and your BFF over there are currently in the splash zone, is what we call it. It's very disgusting. You don't want to be a part of this. What are you talking about? Welcome back. Surprised you came back. They normally do. I'm just really surprised by it. I don't know. Why is this intro super long and has nothing to do with the rest of the video? 2 words. Craig. Google Translate's a show where I run a recipe through Google Translate into a bunch of different languages until it's weird. And I do it, people love it, okay? People name their babies after me, it's a joyous occasion. Now normally, hey, my ideas are up here. Now normally Google Translates get pretty elaborate, okay? Many steps. But then Craig said I would love to see make ice cubes. So I found a recipe on how to make ice cubes, which just so happened to be 1 step. And somehow I turned that into 3. So without further ado, since there's not much to do in the first place, I'm gonna make Craig some ice cubes. Step 1, oh, Craig. I took the recipe on how to make an entire Thanksgiving dinner and I ran it through Google Translate. And now I'm gonna take that recipe and I'm gonna cook it. And I'm gonna eat it. The apples went down. I took the directions on how to make a doghouse and I ran them through Google Translate. Now I'm gonna take those directions and I'm gonna make my dog one heck of a doghouse. Let's begin. This is my little man. His name is Link. I do my own sound effects. Shut up. Me and the cat are gonna surprise him with the doghouse. He has no idea. Neither does the cat. I actually don't know if it's gonna work. I don't. Hey, Bob. Bob, you mind telling me who the heck this is? You. I'm talking to you. Who's this? Just an old version of you. I've heard that before. Bob! You gave him my bling blings? Bob, get out of here. Y'all just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna have a little conversation with... Here comes the happy little cloud. I took care of it. 1 second, Bob. I'm sorry? And stay out. If your man looks at you like Bob Ross looks at his squirrel, then you're probably a squirrel. In that case, where'd you get that computer? What is this? Bob, go ahead and tell him what we're gonna do today. We're the painting. We're doing the painting. I ran a Bob Ross video through Google Translate. Now I know what you're thinking, but I ain't no show off, so I ain't gonna say it. Get to the point. You know what? I like you, so I'm just gonna skip the intro. Let's just get right into it. Hey, you didn't happen to hear a wimpy whimper out in the distance, did you, Bob? Yeah, me neither.